I think it's about time that we get into some news. And listen, a lot of people hate Hirohei, but it is what it is, bro. Listen, bro reports the news and I watch the news. There has been a new disturbance in the force. Another hated Genshin Impact VA just got fired. This is a very important topic to bring up because this VA is somebody that a lot of people have been asking to be recast. And a lot of y'all might actually be shocked at this because you don't know the backstory, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go into the backstory here. Let's get into it and y'all can make your own decisions on whether this is good or bad. My personal thing is that it's probably a pretty good thing.
Valeria Rodriguez, Venture, Overwatch, Akane, Ranma, Laguna, MHG3, Sucrose, Genshin.
Sucrose VA.
Might need to update that one. Got some news for you, Valeria. Don't know if you heard about this.
They did hear about it. So they actually confirmed this on Twitter themselves. This is not just like a data mined thing, but we'll get into that in a second. I'll move my camera as well here.
Thank you everyone who's tagged me to this
so that we can actually see the details.
Sucrose's VA got recast for the version 5.8. So yeah, might need to update that Twitter profile and also that Blue Sky bio too. Don't forget about that one.
Indeed.
Sucrose Genshin.
But there are reasons for this. I don't think it is just the collective work refusal. I'm not even going to call it a strike anymore, bro, because it never was and it's not.
And so the screenshot shows information about Sucrose, and we can see English CV, Valeria Rodriguez, and Anonymous. Similarly to prior recasts in Hoyo games.
Now, listen, I don't cover leaks here either. I am honest when I see leaks or hear about leaks. I have seen the leaks, or I should say heard the leaks of the new recast, like in combat lines and stuff. I saw it, and I can say I think they've done a pretty good job.
Whenever there's an anonymous added, that tends to mean that the prior VA got replaced, and there's a new one who, at the moment at least, and perhaps in perpetuity, is anonymous. Why would they want to remain anonymous? Perhaps they don't want to get
bombarded for taking over a role of a quote-unquote striking voice actor, right? That would make a lot of sense because we've seen the repercussions of what can happen when you do that.
Attacked by the SAG-AFTRA clique, for example, those certain VAs we often see over on Blue Sky. And or they're worried about getting blacklisted by the union, you know.
Yeah, because that is also a thing. Even though it's an illegal thing, it is a thing that was pretty much confirmed to be happening. If you all haven't seen the Mujin video, I highly recommend you go watch it. He went into a lot of detail and even got slightly suppressed for putting the names of the people talking about that situation in there.
X, Y, and Z, all that stuff. And well, check this out. Just about 8 minutes ago, Valeria has indirectly confirmed that she did get recast, it looks like, saying... Happy recast day. Totally cool if you're happy about the recast and want to talk trash. I literally don't care. That's your right. But this is freaking disgusting and an insane lie to post. If you don't take it down, I'll consider pursuing legal action.
Wait, what was?
And showing a screenshot of someone accusing her of doing something really gross that I'm not even going to show here on screen. I'm going to stick on the focus of the whole recast news stuff. And this is just funny.
Yeah, probably a good idea, to be honest. I have no idea what that's about.
Like, Valeria's trying to spin this as some sort of dub or something, I think is the implication here.
Freedom.
She made this tweet.
Freedom? Freedom from what? Voice acting a character that you could have stopped voice acting at any point? Freedom of what? Bull fucking shit. My god, this is so fucking stupid, bro.
Minutes ago, saying freedom. Posting this doggo.
Probably freedom from the fan base. They could have had that freedom at any point by just stopping voicing the character, just as a heads up. Like, that was totally in their right.
But, like, freedom, really? So,
totally in their
freedom
right.
is you getting fired? Really? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't like working as Sucrose, you could have just left at any point in time, you know?
Exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like, nothing is stopping you from handing in your notice and just saying, I do not want to voice this character anymore. I don't like the fan base. That is the reason why. And then posting tweets about it. You don't have to wait until you get fired for doing some stupid ass shit and then come out and say, freedom. Like this is what you wanted all along. Hello?
You're going to try and spin it like that, but for whatever reason, you didn't. And it took Hoyoverse getting rid of you, apparently, for you to have this freedom that...
Maybe it's freedom from SAG-AFTRA. Yeah, brother, it's not.
Allegedly celebrating
Spoiler alert,
or whatever.
it's not.
It just comes off as a giant co-post, in my opinion, really.
Yeah.
I mean, who would fall for this? So let's hop down memory lane. Jacob Takanashi made this post, as you guys all know, of course, mentioning that he was now going to be Kenichi Genshin, replacing John Patnode. Bunch of VAs in the clique, and SAG-AFTRA bootlickers, etc., etc. Then harassed Jacob. Tried to spin it like he was this terrible person, tried to gaslight the fans,
Yeah.
The gamers.
Specifically because he was a scab, right? Like taking over the role of a striking actor, which later came out that, you know, the Genshin Impact strike was never a strike. And people also said that OGVA wasn't even a part of SAG, but I don't know about that. That information has kind of gone above and beyond at this point. Either he joined SAG after the situation or he was already part of SAG. Either way, doesn't matter. Genshin was never a part of the goddamn strike.
etc., into supporting them, and then
it goes deeper than this. By the way, it goes deeper. There's information, I'm pretty sure, in this video that that goes before this situation, from like 2024, even last year, or it should anyway, because I saw a lot of things resurfaced on Twitter about
all
it.
got called out and all backfired. You know, it's all history. But Valeria, excuse me, Valeria spams the thumbs down emoji.
Yep.
Gets a response that says, "This is not the sweet Sucrose I used to know." And Valeria says, "I am not Sucrose." Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, you say that here, but you'll gladly like put Sucrose in your bio, and I presume like try to use Sucrose to promote your anime convention appearances and stuff that, right? But I digress. She says, "I am not Sucrose. Sucrose is a character I voice. I owe no one sweetness, especially when their actions are unkind."
Oh, taking a job position. You know what a lot of people seem to gloss over as well, guys, by the way? It's that a lot of the time, bro, they don't know the roles that they're auditioning for. How many times have you heard that from VAs and from people in the industry? That when they go for an audition, they don't know what role they're actually auditioning for. How do people know that wasn't the case with Jacob Takadashi? Even if that was the case and they found out later, he owes nobody the right to, like, refuse to voice the character because somebody else is not doing their job who's not part of the strike. Like, hello?
As you'd expect, the responses are full of people calling her out.
Yep.
Just like they called out all of the SAG clique who was getting all mad at Jacob in the responses to his announcement. She elaborated on this all more here, saying, "I express dislike / negativity towards someone doing something I find morally reprehensible, scabbing.
Morally
and they
reprehensible.
think it's evil, so they're flaming me. Or unprofessional. I don't know anymore." We're not going to go through all of it. You know, there's a...
Okay, so obviously this is talking about mild dislike and negativity towards someone. Let's see how far this goes. Pixel, thank you for the Prime sub.
A lot of
I appreciate
back and
it.
forth
Thank you.
with her getting upset at people for criticizing the SAG-AFTRA VAs who were going after Jacob and all that stuff. But
so what was this one? Another... does he go over this?
There was actually a situation back in August of 2024 where Valeria was already getting a lot of backlash for what occurred right here, where we have our one and only permaban saying another Genshin English VA is attacking people over their less than sympathetic reaction to an English VA being let go by their employer. She smeared and supported boycotts of. What makes it funny is how this VA is trying to pull quote-unquote nerd as if it's some insult. Conveniently forgetting these nerds, quote unquote, are the people who ultimately pay the VA salary, lol.
Yes, which is also very true, right? If people didn't play the games, then the voice actors probably would either be getting paid a lot less or just not have the role at all. You're providing the service, which is the voice acting, to the players of the game. Obviously the company, but ultimately the people that are consuming this content that you are making is the players, the nerds, if you will.
And so we can see back last year, this VA Courtney Lynn said, "Oof, jumping back on Twitter to say your voices matter, and I'm so proud of our community for using theirs. Retweet, email, speak up. Our community is strong."
What is this one? Normal DJ behavior here.
In my opinion, this came off like an immense virtue signal. According to my recollection, this was about when people were trying to like get all mad at Hoyoverse for Sumeru, saying that the representation wasn't good enough, and you had a bunch of like Twitter police saying that they were going to boycott Genshin. Of course, they didn't end up boycotting Genshin at all in the whole...
Oh, they did for a couple of hours. I vividly remember this, bro. It was a lot of people saying like, "I'm boycotting Genshin," while tweeting out with a Genshin profile picture, and then like literally within the same day posting screenshots of playing the game. Even some people like less than a week later showing summons because the banner's dropped and stuff, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you're not boycotting shit, dude.
Boycott movement never went anywhere. And you saw a bunch,
and there were people that were actually trying to boycott, calling them out, saying that obviously if you're going to boycott, at least do it right and don't just diminish the efforts that people are putting in. But of course, this is people that are addicted to this video game, so yes, they're not going to stop playing it because of this.
Some of the most peak performative activism you could possibly imagine from a lot of these English voice actors who were acting like they support the boycott, and various even Genshin streamers who were saying that they support the boycott and stuff. Of course, these people were still gladly streaming and promoting Genshin.
Absolutely.
And these people were still gladly playing and spending money on Genshin, and even if they weren't spending money, they were still playing and contributing to the active player base, which still indirectly funds Hoyoverse.
Yep. I've heard from people that they get warnings to never hire American VAs because they are a liability because of these kinds of people. It's really sad this click basically destroyed the VA reputation of Americans to foreign studios. Yeah, you'll notice it in a lot of video games now, even and this was probably way before the whole SAG-AFTRA situation, but even in Expedition 33, right, they used Side, I'm pretty sure. I remember looking at the credits and it said Side Global or Side Europe. They used a lot of European VAs, a lot of very talented VAs, but yeah, it really does suck that American VAs, the good ones, are suffering from the actions of these dogshit people. It really, really does.
So the whole thing, as mentioned, was just peak performative activism.
Yep.
And that led to this tweet, again, according to my recollection, from Courtney Lynn, and this response from Normal DJ
Okay, what is this?
Said, this is obviously a very much meme response, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But
yeah, it seems like a condescending response, of course.
Says, so proud of my community. My community is so powerful and brave for getting rid of you. It's wonderful to let all voices be heard, but not yours. What a wonderful community. My community loves my community, and love is love, and community is community, and we love our community. So
this is very much a joke reply, right? Let's keep it a buck here. You read that or hear that, and you see like this is somebody taking the piss. It's not like they're going after the person. It's literally just taking the piss, making a joke out of the situation because they clearly just don't agree with it, right? The response here is what fucked me up, bro.
Just like
it's insane,
meme, nonsensical response to.
Like, it's not that deep.
What Courtney had said, kind of like using her own rhetoric against her and just like, joking around about it, but also on.
This is Sucrose VA, by the way. I need you all to remember this. This is a VA of Genshin Impact back then at this point in time, responding to that nothing burger of a tweet.
Ironically, celebrating how she got recast, it looks like. A screenshot saying, optimizes the English, Japanese, and Korean voiceovers for parts of the story, change the English voice actors for agents Lucy and Sukaku, and replace the corresponding voice lines. And Valeria finds out about this. She sees it on Twitter, and she just gets insanely upset. You can see here, her response is just seething. You can feel the anger through the screen, like crazy.
Read that.
You're a freaking loser who's going to die alone, and I would bet $1,000 that you are incredibly depressed and hate yourself.
Yeah, talk about making a fucking hostile work environment, am I right? What a piece of fucking shit.
Get therapy, or rot alone in your bedroom, but leave nice people out of it.
Nice people.
Nerd. That, or have the balls to say this stuff in person, not behind a profile pic. And it's like, wow, if there was a tier list of pathetic tweets, you would think she was trying to speedrun being put at the top of that tier list or something with.
What a dogshit human being, bro. We've all responded in a unkind fashion. But then to virtue signal that somebody taking over a role in scabbing is like the worst of the worst, like terrible, morally reprehensible, to use their own words, when you've said shit like this over a nothing burger fucking joke statement is insane. It's so fucking hypocritical.
That weird rant.
Christ.
And of course, as we now know, being reported today, almost a year after that tweet. So that was made on August 14th. Today is, of course, July 28th, almost a year later. And now we've also got Valeria.
Yeah.
Getting replaced.
Don't they have PR training? Clearly fucking not, bro. And if they do, they clearly don't listen to it.
Some of the tweets responding to Valeria have aged so well. Look at this one at the top. So what your...
They predicted the future, dude. August 2024. Can't believe this motherfucker voiced Sucrose. Maybe it's a typo.
What we're saying is expect more characters to get new voices in the English version. Gotcha. Can't believe this fool voiced Sucrose. Bro, that's like a typo. Voiced, not voices, but now the typo became reality.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Not pre-watch, obviously.
Dang,
but...
can't wait for Hoyoverse to remove English dubs altogether.
Jesus.
I met Valeria last year. I'm disappointed in her right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be after reading that shit, dude.
Have the nerve to say that in person? Bet. I'd gladly do that.
Yep.
This lady, the projection in her reply is insane.
Yes, it
also,
is.
Also, calling people nerds. She does know the thing she is voice acting in is a video game, right? What those...
Bro, nerds are great. Nerds are fantastic.
Nerds play. What next? Calling people in anime conventions weebs while you work in said convention?
Yeah.
And then this person saying, I sense another VA being replaced. in the future.
Took a while, but honestly, I think it's a good replacement, bro. I do. There's much better VAs out there in terms of people. Not in terms, hey, I'm not even saying in terms of talent. I'll keep it a bro. Sucrose's voice, I thought matched the character fantastically. Dead ass. I really do. But I'd rather have somebody else that is not this much of a dog shit human being. I'll keep it a bro.
Sure enough, he sensed correctly.
No
Hopping
fucking
back
thanks.
over to the present. That coat post Valeria made got a response.
Freedom. Maybe she's talking about the Genshin community here with the freedom from terrible people voicing the characters that they actually want to like.
Once it says, "Wait, what is this about? I'm confused." And Valeria adds on to her cope saying, "I got recast in a game I voiced in, but the fandom has been horrible to me and many folks I know for the last couple years."
Oh yeah, no. Definitely, and it was totally unwarranted and undeserved, and you did nothing to you know, poke the beehive or anything like that. Nothing at all. Those other tweets that we just saw, yeah, no, nothing. They just don't exist.
So now I'm saying I'm free from them, or from it, the chaos of it all. What a selfish thing to say, really. I mean, think about it. There are so many people who supported her as a VA, and all these VAs really, but they're the ones who completely took the mask off and showed how terrible they really are.
Exactly. Yet again, it's kind of funny. We keep seeing a pattern here, right? The VAs that continuously do that seem to be getting replaced.
But the fans were supporting these people and supporting her, and were very nice to her, and would go to meet her at conventions and support her work and say nice things to her on Twitter and all that. But hey, because they willingly decided to attack people on Twitter, go after Jacob Takanashi, try to treat the Hoyo fan base as if they're just a bunch of tools that these people could use to further their agenda.
Yeah, you see, there's a lot of VAs that if you ask, I'm sure a large amount of the voice actors for Genshin Impact will probably say that the fan base overall has not been horrible to them. Everybody, if you're a public figure, you're always going to get people that just don't like you and that say shit about you, right? That's just the way the fucking world works. And sure, it sucks. But I think a majority of the VAs that don't do the shit that she's done and other VAs have done wouldn't be going down that route and wouldn't be saying, oh yeah, no, the fan base is so mean to me. I'm free of it all. I'm free from the torture that was voiced in a Genshin character. A lot of people love voicing the characters and love the fan base because they give the attention to the people that actually support them and like them, and they don't say heinous shit.
Of what many would say was an attempt to monopolize the industry via SAG,
yeah,
because they did all this stuff. Oh no, the Hoyo fans, they're the problem. They're so horrible to us. They're horrible to me.
Yep.
Dude, the victim mentality is crazy.
It is.
Own up to what you guys did. I mean, you completely brought all this.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single apology from Valeria, from Paimon Kaching VA. I haven't seen a single time where they've said, yeah, I'm sorry for crashing out on this guy so hard. I'm sorry for ruining the strike efforts even. I'm sorry for painting the whole American VA industry in a bad light for my shitty actions. I haven't seen a single person take any ounce of accountability for that shit.
Upon yourselves. Anyways, that's all I really got to say.
Dude,
get recasted.
crazy.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Many people are still expecting Shara Kirby to get official notice that Shara Kirby is going to get recast as
Shara Kirby was or is Candace VA, maybe?
Candace. As she made that, like...
She said she won't. She said she would happily do it again in a tweet. Sorry, she said she would never apologize and that she would happily do it again in a tweet. Also, she's just doubling down on being a dickhead. Alright, hey, at least she's doubling down on it, I guess. Now everybody knows the fucking truth that you're just a vile person. Never mind.
Crash out on her Blue Sky account saying, like, F Hoyover.
And nothing of value was lost.
I quit it, blah, blah, blah. According to my recollection, that's paraphrasing it too, but you get the point.
Right.
The only reason we haven't heard about that probably is because I don't think Candace has had, like, actual... screen time in the game.
Yeah,
but
true.
Like, if she ever comes back, probably we'll get news about.
Yeah, then there'll probably be official notice. I'm pretty sure Shara Kirby put out a tweet herself that she was quitting the game and shitting on the community and shitting on Genshin in general and just shitting on everything, right? I think she was talking about how everything was getting blown out of proportion, but then she herself like blew everything out of proportion on Blue Sky.
We'll see if that happens, but
yep.
For now, it's where we are. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Sad, bro. Hey, at least one thing I can say is the good VAs that are good people and fun to be around are clearly shining right now. I think ever since the information that recasts were happening, the good VAs have really been shining, especially Mawika VA, Skirk VA, you know. It's been a blast, dude. It's been a blast. Thomas VA asking to come back and stuff. There's good VAs out there, good American VAs. It's a stain on the VA community that these people were even involved in these big projects at this point with the way that they've been acting over the past year or so. This is a good thing. The recast is probably good, and we'll see where it goes from there.